Hello everyone, this is Jesse James Felice with Art Ford Music Services and the World Song Network. Today we'll be discussing the rest of the welcome packet. In part 1, we covered who we are and what we do, what the World Song Network is and who uses it, and how you can access our database. There's also a little bit of biographical information there at the bottom. We're going to cover submission, consideration, and collaboration with Ford Music Services. Now, this does primarily apply to independent, emerging, and unsigned artists for contemporary music. It's important to note that deals for covers and representation of songs with iconic artists, those deals do differ. There's a lot of important information in this section that deals with how we work with artists. It's a catch-all. It's not by any means an answer to every question. Generally speaking, we're looking for artists who control 100% of the master and composition on that work. We definitely need to know if samples were used. This is the kind of thing that, if it isn't known, ultimately people can get sued and can get fired very easily. So we can't overemphasize how important it is. It's kind of one of the 10 commandments of music licensing. It's not a deal breaker if you did use samples, it's just something we need to know. Once we receive songs from an artist or catalog owner, we will upload those to our music database and song casting system, the World Song Network. We program each song with extensive search criteria, including keywords, genre, mood, vibe, gender, lyrics, instrumentation, and similar artists. This section is very important as it helps us better serve our artists when we get complete information. Once we upload those songs to our system, we'll pitch them on proactive and reactive briefs. Proactive meaning we're cold emailing companies, agencies, music supervisors. Reactive meaning we're answering active searches for music supervisors and matching the music to projects we think would be a good fit. There are never any upfront retainers or costs to the artists. We take care of all the time it takes to upload and program those songs, as well as the bandwidth to host them. Should we secure a placement, we would receive a 50% participation in all revenues we generate from the placements we secure. The commission would include upfront master and composition sync fees, soundtrack and single royalties associated with the placement, and when it's a network, ABC, CBS, etc., we would take 50% of the public performance royalties. But for all other placements, we would not commission the back-end public performance royalties. The artist would make 100% of back-end public performance royalties. We don't ask for any type of ownership on the songs up to a predetermined threshold amount, meaning the artist might say their song is worth $10,000, and if we can hit that mark, we may ask for exclusive rights to that song. Sometimes the song is too special to sign exclusively. We get it. This is at the artist's discretion. If an agency is bringing you a lot of placements, or you like the way they do business, and you trust them, it's something to consider. The artists and songwriters will always have approval and standard auditing rights. Royalty information is submitted via the cue sheet / letter of direction to the director, and in about 10% of cases with a retitle agreement with the performing rights organization, such as BMI, ASCAP, or CSAC. Once we receive interest in one of the artist's songs for a film, television show, or ad campaign, we would enter into formal agreements at the above terms and conditions and fees acceptable to the artists and songwriters. We generally know what we can license the song for ahead of time, so if we're contacted by a supervisor, let's say for a $3,000 TV placement, we would know, yes, we represent the song 100% all in, and yes, we know this artist is okay with that price point. An artist may feature their work with other placement agencies. We encourage this. There is some discussion about whether artists should work with as many agencies as they can, as this can cause multiple agencies to send out the same songs for the same brief. Consider being strategic about which agencies you work with, or perhaps shop different songs with different agencies to avoid this. What about lawyers and contracts? We've done hundreds of successful boilerplate contracts. We believe in minimizing overhead to increase profits for everyone, and we're happy to continue providing templates for artists, and we're always available to answer any questions to ensure all parties have a solid understanding. Can an artist sign to a label if their work is non-exclusively represented by Ford Music Services? Yes. However, once a body of work is signed to a label, the license fee for that work increases dramatically and becomes out of reach for most budgets. The artist must contact us immediately to inform us of this change. If for any reason the artist fails to do so, this will result in the immediate termination of our collaboration with the artist. Music supervisors depend on our accuracy. Bad information leads to expensive production delays and endangers business relationships. We cannot overemphasize this ironclad modus operandi. Preparing the music. Here we discuss the types of metadata we need attached to your 320 kilobit per second MP3s. It's important to know that metadata does not attach to WAV files. Always have your waves and instrumentals available by request. We have really high standards for working with artists, and correct metadata saves everyone a lot of time and helps us focus on making money for our artists. iTunes will be the most common platform, but there are others such as MusicBrainz Picard that you can use. Here we discuss how to sign up for Box.com, which is a free file sharing platform. When sending music, set the permissions to editor and share the copyable link of the folder in an email. Please do not share an invitation to collaborate via Box.com. This creates redundant emails in our inbox. Consider the following before sending. The music has to be good, as does the engineering and mix. The splits and metadata have to be correct. This is industry standard. Do you have a split sheet, producer, or work for hire agreement? Has your song been registered with the Copyright Office or any performing rights organizations, such as BMI, CSEC, or ASCAP? Do you control the master recording and composition for that music? Did you do your research? What type of music do you make? Which shows, films, or ad campaigns fit your style? Which music supervisors do you want us to reach out to? Are you familiar with our music database and song casting system, the World Song Network? The language we use to describe and program artist music into our system is a useful and necessary tool to have for metadata. How are your emails? Were you personable? Did you show an active interest in that supervisor's world? Do you use mature diction and correct grammar? We use Grammarly for every email. For our music consultancy members, in addition to this welcome packet, you'll have access to the subscriber packet, training videos, conference schedules, legal advice, music supervisors panels, examples of contracts, invoices, retitle and master use/sync use agreement, and a login to the World Song Network to perform searches. You'll also have direct access to us for questions, and when your music is ready, you'll be offered a non-exclusive representation deal for your music. We'll spend time uploading and programming your music into our system, and your music will be seen by supervisors and music professionals around the world. I sent in my music. Now what? Congratulations. Now wait. It's a numbers game. It's about rolling the dice. It's like buying lottery tickets. Supervisors tend to want to go through sync agencies because they're trusted, they can get the ball rolling on contracts, and they're representing often many artists, sometimes hundreds, sometimes thousands. Getting any agency to listen to your music is one of the biggest hurdles. When your music is a good match for a request we're working on, we'll contact you. This packet helps you understand how we streamline our process for potential collaboration. On the page below, you'll find answers to frequently asked questions in the music licensing world. Should you have any further questions, feel free to reach out.